Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, October the 9th, 2015. Today's eBay topics are going to include the following: shipping locations, glitches and outages, opting out of the cross promotions feature, a little bit about promoted listings, New York City meetup, and some other interesting things regarding selling on eBay. Alright, before we get started, let me explain a couple of things. Number one, I'm hoping to do a two-part video, but I can't guarantee it. The beginning of the video will be this eBay discussion like we always do. But as soon as I'm done filming this, I'm going to run inside, get ready, jump in my car, and I'm going to head downtown Manhattan, to an eBay meetup. A very special eBay meetup because they're flying in an eBay worker from San Jose specifically to talk with us. I will be filming the meetup. However, by the time it ends, I get in my car, I hit rush hour traffic coming back, and I'm here. I may not have time to add that clip to this clip. Plus, this clip may run long anyway. So if I don't add it at the end of this clip, I'll try and get to it maybe next week. But I will fill you in on detail on what happens. Speaking of eBay, look what came in the mail yesterday. My nice We Are 20 t-shirt. Just got it. Thank you. Before we actually start talking about eBay news, on the whiteboard behind you, you'll see it says define shindig. My friend Gary, the coin dealer, has been bugging me for weeks to ask you guys this, and I keep forgetting, but this time I remembered. I often use the term shindig on my videos, and what shindig is, it's a term that means event or party. For instance, later today I'm going to an eBay shindig downtown. My question to you guys is, are you familiar with this term, or is this a regional New York term? Because Gary's telling me he never heard of it, and he's basically my age, okay, and he's never heard of this. I'm just wondering if it's a regional term. Are any of you guys familiar with the term shindig? Is it something you use? So please address that if you don't mind. And now we'll get into the eBay news of the week. Lately, I've been buying a lot more on eBay than usual. And I've noticed an interesting trend. A good amount of my sellers are not leaving me feedback. One guy even had the cast iron cojones to send me a note saying to leave him feedback first. And of course, that's not the way it rolls. The seller should always leave feedback first for the buyer, is the way I feel. And I'm a seller, and I always leave feedback first. But moreover, I bought an item, I guess about 10 days ago. And do you know, not only have I not gotten the item, but the seller has not even uploaded traffic info, and it's been 10 days. So I contacted the seller the other day. I said, you know, could you let me know what's going on? And I contacted it without opening a case or anything, because I don't want to dick the guy over. And I still haven't heard from him. Unbelievable, man. In this climate, that people would wait 10 days before even shipping an item, and then not even address their email. I don't know, I don't get it. But I tell you, I ship my stuff out next day, and I think it's very important that all you guys, if possible, ship your items out next day too. All right? No reason to keep the buyers waiting. Now, some interesting discussions have been brought up in the Facebook groups. One is shipping locations. When you click on a listing, you'll see that a seller has his shipping location listed. Like, for instance, my shipping location would say Oradell, New Jersey. Or if you're shipping from, let's just say, Dallas, Texas, it should say Dallas, Texas. But do you notice that there are some sellers that just have the words United States in their shipping location? That is something, in my opinion, and the opinion of the Facebook group, that eBay should never allow. And there's a good reason for this. Let's say I need to buy an item right away. I need it as soon as possible. I want to buy from a seller who ships the next day and who's close to my area. So if the guy's listing says shipping location United States, it could be coming from California. And for me, that's not going to do it. I need somebody on the East Coast or close who can ship to me faster. I really think eBay needs to look into this and tighten up the shipping location requirements. Everybody should have their city and state listed therein. Have any of you guys noticed this? As I said earlier, I've been doing an unusual amount of buying on eBay, more than usual, only because I've been selling a lot and I need to replenish merchandise. So what I do, when I do a search on eBay for an item, no matter what the item is, and I suggest you guys do it too, when you're doing your search, on the left-hand side of the screen, you check off US only. That will eliminate your China sellers from the mix. Bang, right away. And then also on the top, instead of best match, I suggest you use ending soonest, so you can see what's ending and you can hopefully snipe the listing and get yourself a good deal. Guys, I've been saying it for many months. These China sellers are like a bunch of locusts that have invaded eBay. You need to stay away from them, all right? Please, if possible, try and buy from USA sellers. Somebody you can contact, and if there's a problem, you can send the item back to them and not have to pay exorbitant rates, because we all know that the China sellers are exempt from a lot of the eBay rules that all the rest of us have to abide by. Also, months ago, I talked about cross promotions and cross promoted listings. An interesting thread started in the Facebook groups the other day. One of my friends, Carolyn, wrote in and she said she just now opted out of cross promotions after watching my video, and immediately that very day got 3 sales. Bang, 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 as soon as she opted out. So she posted about it with a link to the video, and other people jumped on the thread and they all opted out and they're having success. So guys, most of you probably know this, but for those few of you who don't, please at least think about opting out of the cross promotion feature on eBay. And what that is, if you don't know, eBay has a setting, and you can choose to opt in or opt out, where other sellers' items will appear on your listing, and in many cases it is the exact same item for a cheaper price. It was happening to me like crazy last year. I was going insane. People would buy my thing and immediately send me a cancellation notice because eBay showed them the same item cheaper. That is not fair. It's not going to fly. I opted out of it and it's been smooth sailing. Things are great, no cancellations. So please guys, look into that if you haven't already. Also, on Facebook the other day, somebody started a thread about promoted listings off eBay. This is something we have no control over. Basically what it is if you go on any of your listings, or any listings for that matter, and scroll to the very bottom, you'll see on the bottom it says you may also be interested in these items, and it'll have some items listed. But if you click them, it will take you off eBay to another site. And it is the general consensus, and I'm included, that this hurts eBay because the sales are not being made on eBay. Now, eBay justifies this by saying that they are receiving revenue for these clicks, and I'm sure they are. But I really think they need to rethink this, all right? It's really detrimental to eBay, I think. I think all sales should be encouraged to stay on eBay, and that is the general consensus of the Facebook groups. What do you guys think? Yes or no? eBay glitches and outages. I received several emails this week from people saying they ran into glitches saying they couldn't access their account. Did any of you guys have that problem? I think it was specifically centered around Sunday and Monday. Now I'm going to tell you this. I didn't have that problem myself Sunday because I was out all day. So I'm not around on Sundays. But guess what? I made exactly one sale on Sunday. So I seriously think something bad was going on Sunday. Some kind of either outage or glitch. Back in the summer, I used to talk about silent Sundays, how they were so slow and everything. I haven't had any slow Sundays since September started, except this one. So you figure Monday would be a magnificent Monday? No. Monday was another dog, one sale day. And rarely do I come out here and say I had a one sale day, and here it is 2 in a row. So I do firmly believe that on Sunday and Monday, something wasn't just quite right on eBay, because once Tuesday came, sales started coming back in. So did any of you guys have any glitches, especially Sunday or Monday? And could you also tell me how your sales were on those 2 days? Mine were absolutely horrible, and I rarely ever say that. Next item, guys. I read all your comments on last week's video, and I'm always glad to see what you good people think. Most of you guys seem to agree with me that eBay is still the best place to sell. That has not changed, nor do I see it changing. I'm noticing a lot of unrest in the Amazon community. And although I'm really not part of that community, the way I know about this is from some of your comments on my videos, some of your emails to me, and some posts I see in the Facebook groups. People are starting to become very disenchanted with Amazon, both as a seller and a buyer. But it seems to be more sellers complaining than buyers. As you know, I did have a negative experience myself a few months ago where I bought an item on Amazon, paid immediately. 3.5 days later, they contact me and said, "You're not getting it. We're out of stock." Yet, on the bottom of that email was a little link that said you may be able to get this item from these sellers who have it in stock, and it routed me back to the exact same seller who told me he didn't have it in stock. Lately, Amazon seems to be a cluster screw-up, and I'm using the term cluster screw-up instead of what I really want to say. I feel the river is polluted, guys, and I think a lot of you do too. I am getting a very low percentage of feedback compared to the number of items I sell. Now keep in mind, let's just say, for instance, this month I sell 70 items. Out of that 70 items, I would say at least 30 or 40 are going to be guest accounts. So that means with those 30 or 40 items, automatically no positive feedback for Joey. And for you either. I think that's kind of bogus. I've always said that I think after a certain time period, eBay should leave automatic positive feedback for all its sellers, providing there have been no issues and the buyer hasn't complained. I see no reason why they shouldn't. My feedback number now, I think it's 8,700 or a little over 8,700. And I've said it in the past, guys, once I hit 10,000, there's going to be a big dance party right here. Big dance party. But I'll warn you ahead of time before that happens, okay? But I'm telling you, if all these folks with these guest accounts were able to leave me positive feedback, or if eBay would automatically leave positive feedback, guys, I'd be there. I would be freaking there. But anyway, just thought I'd mention that to you guys. So basically, that's about it for this week, for right now. Let's go over the key points. Number one, are you guys familiar with the term shindig? Yes, no, comments below. Have you guys noticed that there are still some sellers using their location as United States instead of their actual city and state? I think eBay needs to tighten up on that. Did you guys have an extremely slow Sunday and Monday, or did you receive any error messages when trying to access your account? Have you opted out of the cross promotions feature? I sure hope you have. It was the best move I ever made. And how do you feel about eBay's promoted listings that take buyers to sites off eBay? We all have them on the bottom of our listings, so just check them out. And lastly, I'm going to bring this to a close because I'm heading to the New York City meetup. And I will film it, but I can't guarantee I'll have the time to add that clip to the end of this video because by the time I get home tonight, it's going to be late. I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you are not. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any concerns you'd like addressed in next week's video, comment below, and I will see you then. Rock on, guys.